Welcome back to Las Vegas. We're here at Harrah's Casino, and it's always nice to find a new star and a new show. And we've come along to Big Elvis, which is Pete Vallee here at the Piano Bar at Harrah's. Nice to see you. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm great, thank you. I've just had a great hour. Firstly, I have to confess, I have a vested interest because I love Elvis Presley. I love his music and his style. And may I say, you do a fabulous job because there are many people who try and do Elvis Presley, and there aren't many that succeed.
Well, I've been really blessed. People have been great. I think I'm in a good location, Las Vegas, and my mother was a singer in Nashville, and I feel God's blessed me to use whatever talent I have, and the more importantly is to make people happy. That's what's important. And Elvis made people very happy, so that's a good thing.
When did this relationship start between you and him and you falling in love with his music?
He's always been in our family, but when I was a young boy, I was raised in a church like Elvis, in Assembly of God, and I listened to all of his groups. You listen to the Imperials and the Stamps and the Blackwood, all those guys. We listened to them as well, but when I heard Elvis sing, I said, this guy is just incredible. And it was in our family, and the minute I heard him, I just loved what he was doing.
People forget that, he was a gospel singer. He went into rock and roll and pop, but fundamentally he had gospel roots, didn't he?
That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to be in a gospel quartet, and that was what he was raised off of. So yes, that's where you all started with.
Did you ever get to meet him?
No, painfully I didn't. And my mother had tickets to see him for me in November of '77. He died in August, so I missed him by about 4 months. And I've got to meet several of his friends and people that worked with him. One of his security officers for 18 years was my best man at my wedding, and the stories they told me, everybody said the same thing. They said he was a very generous, giving, good man. And if everybody's saying it, it must hold some truth,
Right, because in this business, they're more likely to say bad things about you than good things.
That's for sure. And they said Elvis would give you the shirt off his back. And plus, I've heard that from just strangers. You hear stories. He gave me a car. He gave me money. He liked to give. Just that kind of a person.
He had amazing tone and texture to his voice, as do you. And I wonder whether you can be taught that or whether this is some divine intervention that you're given. I can't imagine you can be trained to sing as well as you do.
It's better to be natural. When I started singing, my voice is very similar to that. So it wasn't very, I didn't try to impersonate him. I just kind of sang the songs and added a few nuances that he had, but it was already pretty much there, if that makes any sense to you.
The show's called Big Elvis, and I don't think it's something we should overlook. You're a larger man. You're larger in the portions.
Well, yeah, I'm 400 and plus pounds, so I'm a larger guy. I'd like to be a little bit smaller. I'm still working on that, but you know what? I accept what I am, and like I say, I do a tribute to Elvis. I'm not really trying to be Elvis.
And I think that adds to the show, if you don't mind me saying, because there's nothing worse than seeing somebody impersonate somebody badly. What you're doing is you're singing his music in your own way, in your own style, and then we can judge from there. And I think that sort of sets you aside from the rest and above the rest, if you don't mind me saying.
Well, thank you. No, I think, I think most people should, my opinion is, my dad used to tell me it was figure out one fingerprint. Nobody's alike. Best to do your own thing and let people decide what they want. And trying to be someone else, that's okay in a movie, but in real life, it's better just to do your own and do your best.
How physically tiring is it to do 3 shows a day? You're here at the Piano Bar in Harrah's. Right as you come in, you're performing, a good 45-minute set. It's got to take its toll vocally, if not physically.
Thank you for asking. When I go home on the weekends, there's not much of a weekend. I'm laid out. I swim a lot. I don't have much of a private life because this takes up a lot of my life. But when I see people that are happy and it's touching somebody, that's actually more important than having a private life. I like this.
And also what I noticed about your show from a geeky point of view was that you change this show up. You sing what you want, in what order, when you want, and they have to keep up with you, the technical people. That's great, A, because it keeps you fresh and it keeps us fresh. I think if you were doing a recorded 55-minute show every day, it wouldn't work, would it?
I think you're right, because of my show, I don't have an orchestra to work with, and I just want to have people come in here, and I have people say, Pete, the last few months, can you sing this song? Elvis never did it. Would you do it for me? Sure. And you know what? I don't mind getting a track. I don't mind singing the song. I love to learn different stuff, and I like to keep it fresh, like you say, because it keeps everybody getting what they want. And even if they, a song that they may never get to hear, say, gee, never get to hear somebody do this. Would you please do it? Sure.
And again, if you're bored, we're going to be bored. If you're fed up doing these 3 shows, we're going to be bored watching you.
You're 100% on that. You're a smart man. You got it figured out.
What's great is the magnetism of music. People sort of come towards what's going on. They come in, they sit down and watch you. That's a great thrill about Vegas. You couldn't really do this in any other town. The casino is sort of out there doing its own thing. You're in doing yours, but of course they can hear you, and it draws them in.
That's right, and it helps the casino. We all work together because it draws people here to get to have a few drinks. They enjoy the show. They get to go to eat in the casino. They'll stay at the hotel, and they gamble. So it helps us all. It keeps us all going.
You've done this an awfully long time. You've been on the Strip over 10 years, and you've toured the world, haven't you?
Yes, sir. Not the world. I've been through Canada and the States. Never, like Elvis, never been to the United Kingdom, and that's an embarrassment because people say we'd love to have you, and hopefully one day that'll happen. But I've been throughout the United States and Canada, and it's been a real nice time. It's been fun.
Well, we have a lot in common between the US and the UK. One of the things is the love of Elvis and Sinatra. I mean, you're never going to fail in the UK because we have such adoration for him. And as you say, the irony that, I think he flew into Scotland once, didn't he? But never stopped, never performed.
No, you're right on the money. And no, the people that come from the UK here are tremendous. And I hear that I have actually a few fans over there. That makes me kind of excited. But, they're very nice people. I guess you're from the UK, so I'm telling you, you're very nice people.
That's very nice of you. We see you sat in that seat there and you stand up and you do your dancing. You've got some cool moves going on, haven't you?
My wife calls it the squid dance. I don't know. I said it's just a little bit of compilation of anything I can pull off. But no, I like to feel the music, and I kind of move in my own way.
This is a great show for many reasons. One, it's during the day, so we've got something to do. Anything that gets you away from those machines has got to be a good thing in my view. I know you shouldn't say that in a casino.
Well, it's a break, and it is good because even if somebody's gambling, it gives them a little time to have a break and then go fresh back to them. Who knows? Maybe they just get at the right time and hit a jackpot.
And it'll all be your fault. You can come in here and have a drink and watch Elvis 3 times a day. It's between 2 and 6, and you'll have a fantastic time. It's really nice to see you. My fear was you were going to be rubbish, and then I was going to have to sort of sit here and justify why I'm talking to you. Well, I don't have to do that. There was a survey recently by CNN that did about 350 Elvis impersonators around the world, and you were in the top 10. No greater tribute, really, is there?
No, it was an honor. I was surprised, and we've won a couple awards, and I don't chase after the awards, and it's been nice when they come to you and say, you just won this award. I'm like, gee whiz, thank you very much. It's an honor.
I get the feeling you would do this for nothing. This is what you love to do, just stand there and sing.
As long as my bills were paid and I could take care of my family, I would do this for nothing. You're right on the money.
Congratulations, so lovely to see you. Pete Vallee is here every day at the Harrah's and the Piano Bar doing his big Elvis show, and it's a thrill to see you. Thank you so much for talking to me, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you. For real. Thank you so much.